Welcome to episode 37 of the Flag to Flag podcast, where we talk about all things motorsports here. We have a late night edition. This is being shot at 8:28 tonight on technically the 22nd. So this is going to go out on the 23rd. But Chad, late night podcast, Flag to Flag. We got IndyCar, F1, local stuff out in, I believe, California, NASCAR. Feel like I'm on a late night talk show. Chad, how are you?
Start doing that, the Flag to Flag After Dark.
This is the Flag to Flag After Dark episode, brought to you by Fall Media.
Fall Media, yeah.
Oh, me. Well, Chad, how are you? Welcome to episode 37. My name's John the Motorsports Enthusiast. John the Motorsports Enthusiast, Chad Barker. As always, Chad, how are you?
Exhausted still. I am still physically and mentally recovering from last week. The 2025 INX Spring Nationals here in Nashville. I got a good tan, as you can tell.
Oh, buddy, that is rough. Oh,
yeah. It was a long week, but I got some sun, and yeah, actually, it ended up being a lot of fun. It was very rewarding at the end, and yeah, just all sights are set on now local racing before we go to the summer shootout in just 48 days.
Nice.
Can't come far enough.
Right. So where is the summer shootout at?
Charlotte Motor Speedway. 10 rounds around the quarter mile at Charlotte. And yeah, should be exciting, should be fun. Hopefully John can fork out some money and go race.
What? What do you mean?
I don't know. I can tell you how much a rental cost.
Tell me.
Anywhere from $15 to $2,000. I don't like that look. A lot of iRacing is going to need to happen before then.
Oh yeah. I don't remember the last time I ran a Legends car.
But this is also the last episode I will be here in this location. Last episode, I will be just a literal stone throws away from John's house.
A literal stone's throw?
I could throw a stone far enough.
Okay, Peyton Manning or Tom Brady, throw a stone from where you're moving to, and then we can talk. You may need to get another passion, like stone throwing instead of racing or football, either one, or maybe discus. I don't know. Depends on what you want to go for.
Late for all that. I think I'm already too deep. I think I'm already too deep into the one I'm in right now.
Yeah, probably. Well,
yeah. How was your past couple weeks, John?
Good, solid. Nothing too exciting going on really over here. Just working a lot. Dog sat for you one day, or
yes, you
dog
did.
Walked and fed. Really, wasn't really sitting much. Very lovely dog. Other than that, no, nothing really going on. So
you did something the other day. I think it might have been it was yesterday. You did something.
Oh yeah, the ice bucket challenge. Well, okay. Well, let's just say that whoever was doing the ice bucket challenge missed the first attempt, and then I had to do it again, and then got pelted right in the face. So
it was so funny because you sent me the video of the first one, and it was literally, you just hear Sophia go, "I missed like half the bucket," and John just goes,
"I know." Yeah, I felt it hit my head. And then the rest of it go behind me. And then I felt just my leg get just filled with dirt and mud and all this stuff. And I was like, that missed. That missed. And then the second time, I stood back a little bit. It knocked me back. Like literally, my head went like that a little bit because there was so much water. Because we used a 5-gallon AutoZone bucket. So think about how much water, how much water
Me and Jesse used a whole tub.
Yeah.
We used a whole tub, and Jesse was like so scared because he's just like, I don't want this could hurt you. Yeah. This could hurt you. I said, look, if it hurts me, it'll be really, really funny. All right, if it does, because what happened was I had bought a bag of ice, I put it in the thing, we filled it up with water, And then Jesse's fiance comes out, Lexi, and she's just like, no, that's not enough ice. So she then proceeds to go into their kitchen and gets their whole ice tray and then dumps it in there. She goes, yep, that looks about right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so yeah.
Perfect. It was fun. It was actually, the impact was worse than the temperature for me. Like for the impact, like straight on your forehead.
Yeah.
Like
for me, it sucked for like a second, and then I was fine.
Yeah.
And I just noticed this is a little bit of a so who nominated you to do the challenge? All right, you want to know who nominated me?
Bradley. Yeah.
Bradley Swift. I just noticed that I'm wearing his shirt.
Oh, look at that. Full circle here.
So yeah, I also nominated Lindsay and Jesse, but they both decided to donate money to the charity instead.
Well, Lindsay had her hair done, dude. Come on. I mean, come on.
Me and Jesse were thinking about sneaking over to her place and just dumping it on her. That would have been really funny.
That would have been great. That would have been a funny video.
But we are officially. What's today? Today is the 22nd. We are a little over 1 month.
33 days to be exact.
30. We are 33. 32. We are 30-something days away from the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
And we still don't have a rental car.
Well, we are working on that.
We have been working on it. Lindsay, we love you, and we know you've been working very hard on it. But look, enough jibber-jabbering. Let's get into this, because we are a few weeks behind.
Jibber-jabbering. I've never heard you use that word before. Interesting
That was
word.
what was on my word of the day calendar.
Is this a separate calendar from your normal calendar, or is this just all in one?
I have a lot of calendars.
Well, hey, the more you know. But yeah, let's talk about what has happened. We've had a couple F1 races. We had one IndyCar race, I believe, and we've had 2 NASCAR races. So starting with IndyCar, we had Long Beach, and Kyle Kirkwood stole the show there. I mean, a phenomenal win from him. Just kind of we could just briefly buzz pie this because we're in an off week, or we're in an off week for IndyCar and NASCAR this past weekend. So that happened in IndyCar. We have testing for open testing for the Indy 500 starting tomorrow, which is fun to see. So are you going to try to watch any of that or try to catch any of that?
I'm going to try. I mean, it just depends on a bunch of other things. It's going to be difficult because this week's flag to flag at the track, which I will save until later, actually starts tomorrow.
Where?
Well, you'll have to wait till after our local racing report.
Oh, interesting. I just sneezed, by the way, and completely did not have my mic on because that was going to be loud. Okay, well, I'm curious now because where are you going to? Oh, you already told me where you're going to be.
Yeah, but don't say anything.
Okay, I'm just going to completely spoil it. Chad will be at the. No, never mind.
I think a lot of people. I think there were 2 big shockers that came with Long Beach. One was seeing someone other than Alex Palou or McLaren kind of up front. Right. The other was, what the heck is going on with Penske?
They got some bad juju going on. I don't know. It's just it seems that these things happen. Whether it's pit stops, whether it's the car, whether it's it seems to be like start of the season is just not good. Well, I mean, and I think of this as like, okay, maybe it's just them getting all the bad stuff out of the beginning. I hope so, as a New Garden fan. But as New Garden fans, but yeah, it's weird to see. It's weird to see. I mean, New Garden came back at Thermal. So did Will Power. But again, it's still tough. They haven't been up there battling for wins outside of New Garden at oh my gosh. I always do this, not Long Beach, but first race of the season.
I'm not telling you. I know exactly what it is, but I'm not telling you.
Don't do this to me. I always do this. Long Beach and St. Petersburg. There we go. It took me long enough. I literally went to a map in my head. I'm like, okay, Long Beach, or really here, then there. And I was like,
there, then there, yeah.
Okay, so, other than St. Pete's, where New Garden was battling up there at the front, not a lot shown, but we're also 3 races in. We haven't gone to that oval stint yet, obviously, where Newgarden and Penske, I think, will be very good. But still, I mean, it's still early on. It's still early on. But again, this is the shortest motorsport schedule out of F1, NASCAR, obviously an IndyCar. So every race matters. It's going to be kind of tough, though, to kind of come back from this. They need to have a good string of luck, which I think they will going forward. But yeah, Kyle Kirkwood got the dub.
Yeah, and I think it's really good for the team morale, because Kyle Kirkwood's one of those guys who, he lurks in the shadows. He reminds me of like a Christopher Bell. Yeah. You don't talk about him much, but when he's up there, he's up there. Which that's different for Christopher Bell this year, obviously. But yeah,
exactly. Well, really, with IndyCar, that's what we got. That's what we had happen. Nothing kind of crazy there. But F1, oh my gosh, we've had 3 races: the Japanese GP, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia. 2 different winners. You had Max Verstappen pull out an amazing win in Japan. I mean, still shocked that he could pull that off. And then you had Oscar Piastri the last 2 races. And so I made a video today for ATYL Media, and I'm going to ask you the same question, Chad, when I asked this in my Track Limit episode. Is it too late to say that Oscar Piastri could run away with this thing? Can he run away with this now with 3 race wins, back-to-back wins? He can win on, Saudi Arabian. He could win in, Bahrain. He can win in multiple different times of tracks. Is it too late for people to call him the championship favorite?
I don't know if it's too late. I don't know if it's too early, to be honest with you.
Or too early. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I meant. Too early.
But this isn't like what we've seen with Red Bull the past few years, and with Mercedes when they had that 8-year dominance, where, they were winning, but they were winning by a lot. McLaren, right, they're winning, but it's not those giant margins that we've seen in years past. So I don't know. It's hard for me to say. Like, I would love to have a 3-car battle for a championship, but I mean, it's been 5 races out of 24 races. We still have a long season to go with them. Like, I was actually thinking about this the other day, where I was like, man, it feels like it's already been, over halfway through the race season, and I'm like, it's only April.
Yeah, it's only April. Yeah, we've been at it for 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, when you do what I do, you've been at this for a while. Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it too early and then something happen, but I think McLaren is a championship favorite. I don't know about Piastri. Because here's the thing. I know McLaren I think will be up there, but I don't know who's going to be that top guy at McLaren. I think it's really juggling between both of them right now a little bit.
I'll play the flip side. I think it's swaying Piastri's way. And going back on a comment you said about the distances, Piastri won by 15 seconds in Bahrain and won by 9 seconds, or 9.7 in China, over one his teammate, and the rest was George Russell. So we have seen some decent gaps, and I think it's at this point Lando's mistake in qualifying is what cost him, and we've seen these races become, if you are in the front, you are more than likely going to win. It's become the race is almost won in qualifying in a sense, but the field is so close. Max is driving a car faster than what it's capable. I think Oscar has the momentum on his side. Now, I think Lando can win in Miami. I think he'll win again. That's a street circuit. If you look at the Australian GP where he won, that was also a street circuit.
It's a street circuit.
Yeah, so it's classify it like as you will. I guess technically purpose built, but looking at where we are in the season, Piastri has all the necessary momentum to be able to say, okay, he might kind of run away with this. Now, again, Max is driving a car better than it's capable. He had that 5-second penalty in Saudi Arabia, which that just threw his whole race kind of into a whole just psychological slump there. I think he could have challenged for a win in Saudi Arabia, and I think with as strong as Red Bull or Mercedes is, with both drivers finishing up in the top 5, top 10, or top 6 really, and then you have Ferrari there. They're making slow progress. First podium of the season. I mean, it really, I think, could kind of sway here as for the championship fight going into Miami, going into Italy, going into Monaco. I think it definitely is. If you can do well in qualifying, that is how you are going to win the races. So I'm very curious to see how that trend continues. If, let's say, a George Russell or a Ferrari gets the pole, can they hold back the McLaren? Because we saw, I don't know if you caught the Saudi Arabian race at all.
I caught the very beginning of it. So this week has been crazy for me. The team I was working for, we had 20 cars.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's 20 that's a lot.
Cars. And so it was a lot, I mean, one night we were replacing an axle in one car. The next night we were replacing the motor in another car. Then, it was a lot. Don't get me wrong. I was extremely blessed for the opportunity, and I had a ton of fun, but it was very mentally and physically draining.
Oh, well, sure. It's
throughout the entire process.
Long days.
I didn't I caught a little bit of highlights here and there. I'm not going to lie, a lot of my motorsports information that I've gotten this week have been from none other than the motorsports enthusiast. I'll be honest with you.
Proud to serve.
But yeah.
Yeah, we'll catch my video tomorrow. I'm going to drop a video getting it edited about the Saudi Arabian GP and my thoughts on Max's 5-second penalty and all that jazz, and Oscar and all this stuff. But looking at it, I mean, it's going to be a championship fight. I think we will see a fight. And the question is, if let's say a Ferrari gets on pole, will they be able to win? If a Mercedes gets on pole, will they be able to win? The Ferrari was very good in clean air, and I think that's what we're seeing is these cars are so equal. If they are given the chance at clean air, which Leclerc was, and why he finished in third because he went longer on the medium stint, I think it honestly could be anybody's game because the McLaren doesn't seem to – I mean, Oscar seems to be the best driver and has the best car in dirty air, so he has a leg up. But I think it's throughout the rest of the field, even Lando, too, has a leg up. I think it's just so even. It's going to be a battle with qualifying. So I think if Lando can get it done, I think that he's going to have to – and I think he could go back-to-back and win in Miami 2024, 2025. He would need something like that to happen. I mean, he needs something for his confidence. But yeah, I mean, that's where we are. I mean, you have McLaren leading the point standings. You have Oscar Piastri now leading the driver standings over his teammate. Williams, double points day for Williams. Their most points scored since 2017.
I was about to say, I read somewhere where this is the best start to a season they've had in about 9 years.
9 years. Yep, in 9 years. And so it's wild to see. It's good to see because they have, I think, cemented themselves as the 5th best team. They're nowhere near a Ferrari, nowhere near a McLaren or a Mercedes or the Big Four, but they are there. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to shape up for 2026. Could they make a big comeback? That's the question. But yeah, Oscar's out front. And I think, personally, to be honest, I think this guy is going to get it done again in Miami. That is Mr. Lando Norris, 2024 Miami GP car. I think he'll get it done again. I think he needs it. But yeah, we have a week. We'll give our predictions next week because we don't have an F1 race this week.
I was about to say, I think it's a little early for me to give predictions. One, I'm so out of it right now with the motorsports world that I don't feel confident enough to make a prediction yet.
Yeah.
But I do think that it will I do think it will be interesting to see the way that this plays out. I am interested. Miami is one of my favorite races of the year. I have a love-hate relationship with it, but yeah. I think it is interesting because honestly, I think we have three. No, yeah, I think we have three teams right now that are at the top of the field. All right. And I think it's in this order, Well, okay, let me say that. You mentioned earlier we have the top four, all right? The big four at the front. All right, and this is the order that I think it's in right now. It goes McLaren, Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari.
I'd agree.
That's what I think it is. That's what I think it is right now. And so I think it's going to be interesting. But once again, this is also race 5 out of 24.
Yeah, there's a lot to go.
We have a whole season to go. We have multiple rounds of upgrades that are still to come. All right, like we saw last year.
There's something right here, and it's bothering the shit out of me. I don't know what it is.
For those who aren't watching, John is currently trying to, I think, pop a pimple or something on his cheek.
It's just a hair. It's just a hair.
I got you. But yeah, let's look at last year with Formula One. It looked like it was going to be another one of those Red Bull years, and then towards the end of the year, McLaren figured something out.
Yeah, they did.
Is Williams going to figure something else out?
I think they're going to save it till 2026. I really do. I think that
That's a possibility.
I agree with you with the drivers and the teams, and I think it's all really close. I'm excited to see what's going to come up here in Miami here in about 10 days. But yeah, Formula One is off to the races. Literally, we got a fifth of the season underway, and so let's move on now, if you want, to our local racing report. We're kind of flying through, but
we really are. I think both of us were extremely busy these past few weeks, and so none of us really have a good bit.
Darn it! It froze.
Oh no!
It froze. Wait, no, it's still frozen.
You're like blinking in and out right now, buddy.
I know.
Your audio's no. Okay.
Testing.
As it always is. Is it a flag to? Wow. Okay, you're free. Oh.
Whoa! I was like breakdancing, dude.
There you go. All right. Is it? Look, we say it all the time. Is it really a flag to flag episode if there's not technical difficulties?
No. My camera literally just decided to freeze. I made a video the other day. Oh, I was so mad. It was like a 20-minute video sitting here at my desk in this exact spot. I have OBS running. I'm recording everything. Reading my script, doing everything right, really excited about it. Go back, watch it back. About 9 minutes in, my video just stops. You can hear me. Video just stops. Video shot. Completely shot. I can't do anything with it. So I had to re-record it. It was a pain in my ass. But no, it's not a flag-to-flag episode without any technical difficulties.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's head to our local racing report.
Let's do it.
This week, we are headed to East Lincoln Motor Speedway in Stanley, North Carolina. They had a handful of divisions racing. Those include the Lightning Late Models, the Renegades, the Pro 4s, the Thunder Bombers, the Front Wheel Drives, the Next Generation Kids Series, and the Pure Stock V8s. So, the Lightning Late Models, A-Main top 3 were started 3rd, finished 3rd in the number 4 machine with Matthew Nance. Started 4th, finished 2nd. The number 83 was Chris Smith. And started on pole, finished on pole in the number 44 from Concord, North Carolina was Josh Harris. Now on to the Renegades. Started 3rd, finished 3rd in the number 2 was Carl Marie. There we go. Started 1st, finished 2nd in the D1 car was David Lucas. Started 2nd, finished 1st in the number 87 was Ronnie White from Charlotte, North Carolina. And the Pro 4s. And started 4th, finished 3rd. The number 69A was AJ Palladino. Started 5th, finished 2nd in the 1H with Jennings Herman. And started 3rd, finished 1st in the number 01 machine was Cody Verbos from Denver, North Carolina. Now on to the Thunder Bombers. Started 3rd, finished 3rd. The number 16 was No Way. Started 3rd, finished 3rd in the number 16 machine was Joey Barker.
Do you know this Joey?
I do not know a Joey.
Well, you do now.
I do now, I guess. Started first, finished second in the number 11P, Ronald Pope. And started 10th, finished first in the number 19, Logan Sparks. And I just realized this was a 10-car field. So from Statesville, North Carolina, Logan Sparks started 10th in the back and made his way all the way up to P1.
Wow.
Let's see here. Now for our front-wheel drives. Started third, finished third. The number 007 was Brandon Bonds. Started fourth, finished second. The number 50.
Timeout. You said Brandon Bond finished. He raced the car 007.
I just realized that too.
That's legendary. Cue the theme music.
This is the second. I don't know if we can include the theme music with how copyright crap is today.
It's fine.
Started fourth, finished second. The number 15X was Scotty Dobbins.
Bless you. Bless you.
Started second, finished first. The number 5X was Grayson Cawley from Locust, North Carolina. Next Generation Kids Series. Started 8th, finished third. The number 1 machine was Holly Banks. Started third, finished second. The number 11T was Tucker Quinn. And from Mount Pleasant, North Carolina, started 4th, finished first. And the number 8 was Braxton Cade. Finally, for our pure stock V8s, started 11th, finished third, was number 12 of Chris Helms. Started 13th, finished second, and the number X was Daryl Hester. And from Albemarle, North Carolina, started first, finished first, and number 63 was Kevin Hyatt. If you would like your local short track shouted out on the Flag to Flag podcast, email flagtoflag10@gmail.com or hit us up on any of our social media channels. Listen out for those at the end of the episode. Make sure you go out to your local short track and bring a friend. This week's Flag to Flag at the track will be with the NASCAR Youth Series for round 2 of their National Pavement Series. We're going to Dega.
What? You're going to be in Talladega.
The NASCAR Youth Series will be in Talladega.
Well, you didn't tell me that.
Where'd you think I was going?
You said Charlotte.
No.
Yes.
I said Charlotte's where we're going for our local racing report.
I thought we were going to California.
No, I said there was a cool track out in California.
I'm messing with you. You didn't tell me Talladega, though.
We are currently going. So, yes, I leave tomorrow evening for round 2 of the NASCAR Youth Series Pavement Series. We will be racing. So, tomorrow, Wednesday, I get there. Thursday, we are literally just building the track and parking. Friday, we will have practice and heat racing. We will have all of our lower mains on Friday. On Saturday, my bad. And then Sunday, if you get there early before the Cup race, you can watch the A-Mains, see a few kids take home some checkered flags. And also, there is a chance, Saturday night, I will be at Sayre Speedway in Sayre, Alabama, because our good friend Jesse Binkley will be racing there that night.
Oh, very nice.
And if I have time, I'll try my best to go over there. But most of my time will be at Talladega. So, yeah, and guess who will be at the...
I'm assuming you're going to go to the race, yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. You kidding me? Why would I not go to the race?
So I will not be making a surprise trip down to Talladega, is what I'm hearing. I'm kidding.
Come on, John.
It was a possibility. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll figure it out. We got a few more days.
We got almost a week. We're good. Either way, that is your local racing report, like Chad said.
Almost a week? We got less than a week, bud.
Well, it's been technically 2 days since Sunday, so that means 5 days left. So 5 days is almost a week.
We have a work week.
Work week. Yep. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Either way.
Let's move on to NASCAR. This is going to be a quick episode today.
It is. It's going to be really quick. Got a quick one for y'all. So since we've talked, we've raced at Darlington. We've raced at Bristol. 2 very different races. We both said William Byron was going to win at Darlington. He very well probably should have, if they didn't make a bad Pit call strategy. Either way. But Denny Hamlin got the win. And at Bristol, Kyle Larson stole the show, led over 400 laps, and doing what his teammate the week before could not do, which was close out the race. So, we're going into a point in the season where Hamlin's strong, Larson's been doing well. Looking at the current standings, obviously, Bell, Hamlin, Byron still at the top. But now we go to a place, obviously, we all know that is notorious for you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, it's the Jack Links, believe it's a Jack Links 500. Pretty decent sponsors. We've got Jack Links and Cracker Barrel. Those are two pretty big brands.
Those are. I'm not too excited about Cracker Barrel coming on because that kind of ruined our chances of getting decent tickets.
I don't care. It's Cracker Barrel.
It's Cracker Barrel.
It is Cracker Barrel. I mean, I
haven't been to Cracker Barrel in a while, and
I know. We should do that. We should go to Cracker Barrel, see what it's all about again, because I haven't been in a long time. But
we're planning on going to the race, right? Like you and me, we're still working out some details, but we're planning on going to the race. Let's just go the morning of the race.
We could if there's one that way. I mean, but also we have potential people who want to do all 3 days. So still need to hear back from Jesse.
Yeah, so, Jesse's been busy, and I don't know because I might get an answer tomorrow.
Okay, well, hey, we'll figure it out. But
this is usually people are like, "How do you guys plan to go to these races?" Like, just listen to our podcast. This is how we plan.
We're actually planning it as we speak. This is the whole. This is why we do the podcast, is so we can actually plan our events and plan what we do together. But no, I mean, it's all 3 races are at night. Great move. And
I'm not excited about that.
Well, you're just a party pooper then.
No. The only reason I'm not excited about that is because Sunday, as soon as the race is over, I have to hit the road.
And
head north back up to school.
Yeah.
I have not missed this race since it's been back at Nashville. So
So we're going.
Making sure, but man, it's
gonna be early. It's gonna be early morning for you. But either way,
I'm planning on doing an Indy and just not go to sleep.
Yeah, that's not happening with me. No. All I'm telling you, if I get less than 5 hours of sleep, you better have food ready for me and you better have coffee because I will be a cranky SOB in the morning. I will be not happy. God. I'll be not happy. And that's all I'm saying. So,
yep. All right, well, let's get on to NASCAR now.
NASCAR. So we got Talladega this weekend. It'll be a complete question mark, but I think you're going to see some of the typical heavy hitters at the front. Obviously, you have Reddick, you have I think Byron, you have looking at Blaney. I mean, obviously some of those big names. Blaney can't seem to he either seals the deal or gets wrecked trying. So he's kind of a shot in the dark.
A lot of the guys that we see up. Yeah. I think that's the deal with a lot of the guys that we see up front at these super speedway races is they either are there to seal the deal. Like, they're either a guaranteed or they're going to wreck. They're checkers or wreckers, basically.
Yeah, and I if it were me, I do not want to be leading coming out of turn 4.
Yeah.
You never want to be leading at Talladega coming out of turn 4 unless you have a pusher that is pushing you, that is committed, that you know is not going to pull out of line. Because the second that car behind you pulls out of line, your chances of winning are shot. His chances of winning are shot unless he has somebody behind him pushing. So it's why I love Talladega, though. It's one of my favorite races. It was the first race I ever went to back, I believe, either 2011 or 2013. I can't remember. And so it was.
My first NASCAR race was in 2018.
Yeah, that's wild. That's crazy to me.
There's little moments like that where we remember, like, it's not a big age difference, but it's enough for us to be like, damn, at times.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, little 16-year-old over here. I'm kidding. You're what? 17 now? I'm kidding. You're 21. I get it. You're 21. I mess with Chad. I see Chad as like a little brother. I could just pick on him. And
exactly.
And then, he annoys the shit out of me, and there you go. And I just sock him right in the face. I'm kidding. I've never punched Chad. But if he doesn't give me food or coffee in Indy,
am I going to be like
I don't know. We just got to go to the grocery. We just got to go to the grocery store. Oh, got to hold on. Okay.
No, we're good now. I was like, I thought I just got an important text message, but it was something else.
Got it. But yeah, so NASCAR, we got that coming up this weekend, all 3 series. We also have news that Homestead Miami Speedway more than likely will be the championship race in 2026, and it'll possibly be rotating, which I think is a great.
I want that. I want a rotation.
And you know what this tells me?
What?
A rotation tells me they might change the format.
Maybe. I didn't think about that.
Maybe. But it throws another level of strategy into this whole thing when it comes to the championship, 10 rounds. So you got that coming on. Let's see what else is happening in NASCAR news. Well, his screen protector just broke.
Oh no, it's my whole phone case.
Oh, your whole phone case just broke. Well, that's unfortunate. But looking at other things happening, we were full swing in all 3 series now. On other news,
we had a big announcement. All right, people were iffy if this was even going to happen. I was one who was not sure if this was going to happen, but we finally got it. May 7th, season 2 of NASCAR Need for Speed.
No, Full Speed.
Full Speed.
You dingus. Full Speed. NASCAR Full Speed
is coming out. Why are we only getting 5 episodes again? I mean, 100 Days to Indy gets damn 6 or 7. Drive to Survive gets 10. We get 5?
Well, you got to remember, they are condensing a lot of the season into these 5 episodes. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've heard it's going to be better than season 1, which is a good sign. And I heard they're going to showcase.
I thought season 1 was pretty good, so if they're saying it's going to be better, then that's fantastic.
I've heard that it's going to be better, and I think one of the biggest things with season 1 is that they didn't showcase a lot of different drivers. They focused a lot on Denny, of course. I mean, it makes sense why, but I hope in season 2 they focus more on different drivers, so you get those different personalities. Even if it's just like little bits here and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not dedicating an entire. I get dedicating an entire episode to one thing, but if they're trying to take I've never watched 100 Days to Indy. I need to, but
it's fantastic.
At least to Drive to Survive, you're getting a lot of different perspectives. You're seeing a lot of things throughout the entire season. Like in episode 1 of this last one, we got a lot of storylines in the first 5 minutes. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. So
with
hopefully they make it to where they showcase more of the drivers so we get to know them.
With Full Speed, I think last year they also learned a lot from last year. I think Netflix learned how unpredictable the playoffs can be.
Absolutely.
Especially in NASCAR.
Yeah.
Because they even said in the interviews, when they were interviewing Christopher Bell, the producer was just so NASCAR gave us a list of guys who they thought would make a long playoff run. And Christopher Bell was like, let me guess, I wasn't on it. And in 2023, he was in the Final 4.
Yeah.
It's
unpredictable for sure. But I think if I hope I've heard they've done it better and they're doing it right. So
that's good.
I'm excited for that. So that's coming out soon. Obviously, Kyle Larson, he's going to run the double again. That's some other news. So really,
we had some news from this weekend,
which was.
That was weird. From Rockingham, Jesse Love was disqualified, and I hate that they worded it like this because, for me, I want to know more. But it says it was for an illegal rear suspension component. Do you know how many components are in the rear suspension?
Well, did you read the other report that came out?
I don't, maybe not. What did it say?
So it says official cited rule, we're going to get technical, 14.14.2.15.h in the NASCAR rulebook, which concerns the truck trailing arm spacers / pinion angle shims.
Say that again real quick. Say that again.
The truck trailing arm spacers / pinion angle shims.
Okay.
The official stated, quote, all mating surfaces or mating surfaces between the truck trailing arm and the U-bolt saddle must be in complete contact with each other. Apparently, it was not in complete contact with each other. And RCR is appealing it, and the hearing is tomorrow.
Well, there you go.
I don't know how you if something's supposed to be like this and it's like this, I don't know how you can kind of, you know what I mean? We don't know if it was like bent. We don't like, it says the truck trailing arm and the U-bolt saddle must be in complete contact with each other. So that establishes what is complete.
Yes.
You know, what is that?
Now the question is, what dictates complete contact?
Yeah. So, and why was that? Why is it not complete? Was it was it something that happened in the race, or was it something that was, a part that may have gotten, put on in the wrong way? Who knows? But also we had Casey Kane. Casey Kane got a top 15 finish.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately got involved with Sawalich and Catherine Legg in that incident. But Casey Kane was back at the track. Good to see Casey back. Love that dude.
What's his name? Or what's her name? Catherine Legg released the races she's going to be at for the remainder of the year.
Yes, she did.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, I cannot remember specifically which ones. It was quite a few, though.
No way I'm this bad at spelling.
Did you spell Catherine Legg with the L-E-G, and that was it?
No, but I think I might have spelled Catherine wrong.
People can spell Catherine multiple ways, with a C, with a K.
Yeah, okay, it's with a... Okay, so...
Yeah.
This will be Catherine Legg's remaining schedule for the 2025. So for the Xfinity Series and the number 32 machine, she will be racing at Talladega, Texas, Charlotte, Nashville, Atlanta, and Indianapolis.
Interesting.
In the number 78,
no road courses.
In the number 78 car in the NASCAR Cup Series, she will be racing at Mexico City,
good.
Chicago,
good.
Sonoma,
good.
Watkins Glen,
good.
And Richmond.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, no, not good. Not good. Not good. Like perfect road course, and then just a shit show. Like why would you do that? Why would you put her in that situation? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say Richmond is right there with Phoenix when it comes to throttle control. Like, you have, like, she got loose out of turn, technically, too, at Phoenix. Richmond is one of those races where you have to have, like, the throttle control is going to be key. I mean, like, I don't know.
She's going to have time, like, Richmond's going to be her...
What was that, 6th race overall?
It's going to be her last race of the year.
Yeah, I mean...
Because Indianapolis is July 26th. Richmond's going to be August 16th.
Yeah, I think the one big issue is there's not any experience at short tracks. Like, there are no short tracks in the Xfinity that she's going to race at or in Cup. I think you got to give her some short track experience. You know what I mean?
I mean...
It's somewhere down the line because it hasn't been, how can I say this? The experience, the lack of experience there as has shown, which is not her fault. But I love the move for road courses though. So she'll be in the 78 and road courses.
Yeah.
So
and I think also a big question is, what was I going to say? I was literally just had the thought in my mind.
Richmond, short tracks, road courses, experience.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like with 2 G's in an E.
Is she still trying to transition? Also, are we going to see an announcement come out at some point this year at a possible full-time ride for Xfinity or Cup next year?
For Catherine Legg?
Or are we going to wait and see how she does through August, and then we see them make the decision?
I think that's the decision. I think that's what they're going to have to do. The road courses, I'm not even... fine. That's not the thing that, I'm worried about. It's really the ovals and the short tracks.
Yeah.
And the speed there, which we saw at Phoenix.
you also have to take into consideration like what she's been driving. If she's been driving open wheels, all right. Yeah. I've said it again. I've said it once. I'll say it again. These cars are just very, very like you got to like a stock car. You have to manhandle that thing. Okay, that's why when we get into this big old argument about Formula One drivers being better than NASCAR drivers, you can't compare them because they're two different disciplines.
Yeah, it's apples and freaking pears. Not even
exactly.
Oranges. It's apples and pears. Yeah.
I mean, apples and pears is more IndyCar and Formula One. Apples and oranges is Formula One and NASCAR.
Yeah.
But you can't do that, and it's just difficult.
It is, and I think she has the experience to do it. I just hope that she gets the seat time needed. She has raced at Richmond before, so she does have the experience there. But I think it's just the experience. So she moved full time. I don't know.
I mean, let's look at someone like Shane Van Gisbergen. All right, the reason he was able to get into a Cup car and excel greatly was because he came from Australian supercars, which is basically Australian NASCAR.
Yeah, very similar.
They're very similar. They're not identical. Both of them have their own challenges. And we can see, like, a big reason Shane Van Gisbergen won his very first race was because the conditions were something that NASCAR drivers rarely ever deal with.
Yep.
And what these guys deal with all the time, and that's wet conditions.
Yep. Exactly.
All right? So so yeah, you have to look at that. And yeah, I mean it's going to be interesting. I'm interested to see how she does at the road courses, but yeah,
I think it'll be good. Well, speaking about road courses, we're going to switch subjects to Talladega. There was no good way to segue that. We got racing this weekend in the NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and Truck Series, all at Talladega. One of my favorite weeks of the year. I love Dega Week. I love Dega Week in the fall. I love Dega Week in the spring. I want to race at Talladega right now on iRacing. But that might happen.
Be Thursday night.
I will be Thursday night. I will be probably running a special paint scheme that night too. So tune into that.
I feel like you run a special paint scheme every night.
No, I don't. I run the actual car that I have, and then this is a Talladega special paint scheme. So
okay.
Yes. I don't know. What do you mean I always run a special paint scheme?
I feel like you always run like a different paint scheme every week.
I've ran 3 this season. 1 because it was a throwback, and then the other 2 because one was a preset that I already had, and the other one was one that my friend Chuck Van Scoik made, which is my diecast that I have.
What about your Halloween one?
I've never run a Halloween one.
You had or a movie one.
Oh yeah, the Spider-Man one, but that was a theme. So those are intentional theme nights. So they want everybody to run those schemes. Like we have those set throughout the entire season. We have movies, we have TV shows. We have all that set out through like the year. And so there is a Halloween one. Those are predetermined by the series. That's not like by choice. I mean, I guess I could choose not to do it, but literally everyone does it. So now I'll be running it's a normal race, but I'll be running a special scheme on Thursday. But yeah, so we got NASCAR this upcoming weekend. No IndyCar, no Formula One. Next week we have Miami, and then I believe Chad is the next IndyCar race. I might be mistaken.
First weekend of May.
Yeah, is it? It's not Indy, is it?
No. I just went to one of these today.
It's Barber. Yeah.
See what I did
there? Chad got a haircut earlier, and that was such a dad joke. That was so good. I applaud you, sir.
Hold on. Let me make sure I get this in frame. Knee slapper.
Oh, that was just stupid.
All right. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Picks for Talladega. I've got mine.
Okay, go ahead. Go. Since you are so confident. Blaney? Oh, you poor thing. He's going to get turned out of turn 4. Give me...
Okay, who do you got? Oh, he's going to freaking pick it up.
Are you writing it down? Got to be fancy.
That says 77 or 34.
I know how to read, or 34. Really? Okay. I have to remind myself who's in the 77. It's Hocevar, not Haley.
Hocevar or Gilliland?
Okay. I think Hocevar's a solid bet. I don't know about Gilliland. Then again, this is Talladega. Oh, anything can happen.
It could be well, is JJ Yaley running this? Literally, it could be anybody. Also, another driver I want to be really. I could have put a 35 on here. Riley Herbst. I think he's got a lot of speed. I'm a Herbst fan, but Riley Herbst I think has a lot of speed. As Chad leaves the podcast, brief moment, pause. Okay, he is back. Yeah, Riley Herbst. I think if I had to go with Hocevar, Herbst, or Gilliland, I'm going to go Hocevar. I think Hocevar has what it takes to bully his way to the front. I mean, he's not afraid to, out of all the drivers.
If Hocevar gets a win this year, it's going to be off of bullying.
It's going to be off of I'm taking this win, and y'all can go screw around somewhere else, honestly. Yeah. I mean, it would be great to see him get a win. I would love to see him, the reaction from him, also the reaction from the fans.
So, I would be more interested in the reaction from the fans.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. So you're going Ryan Blaney. You're going with it. I would say an overall favorite at Talladega, multiple-time winner. And I'm going with the driver who's never won the Cup Series before, who makes a lot of people mad. That explains Talladega in a nutshell.
In your defense, Jeff Gordon wasn't very liked, even after his first win.
Oh, no, he was not. But he
became one of the greats.
Are you trying to compare Carson Hocevar to Jeff Gordon?
No, not really, but I'm comparing the scenarios to where, I mean, you look at it like Carson Hocevar, he's not out there driving like a jerk to drive like a jerk. He's driving out there because he wants to be up there. He wants to be one of the top guys fighting for a spot.
You're 100% right. You know what's crazy? 21 years ago was when... Hold on. Oh, boy. No freaking way.
What?
Oh, this weekend.
Something just come out?
No, it's not this. So, hold on. What's this Sunday? This Sunday is the 20
This Sunday
27th?
will be
the 27th. It is 21 years. 21 years to the day. Jeff Gordon got pummeled. Well, technically on the 25th. But it's been 21 years since Jeff Gordon got absolutely pummeled by beer cans for winning at Talladega.
I remember seeing clips of this.
And hold on.
I'm holding.
I was going to say, how old is Carson Hocevar? Because if Carson Hocevar is 21 years old.
I think he might have been a little bit younger than me.
He's 22. Born in 2000.
Older than me.
Born in 2003. Yeah, Carson Hocevar, you're going to win this weekend, buddy. And you're going to get beer cans pummeled at you. It's going to be...
Oh, you think that would be a big win? Hold on, I'm looking for his name right now. All right. In the ARCA Menard Series race the Saturday before.
Oh, you're talking about Cletus?
Garrett Mitchell. If he wins that race... No, hold on, let me remember. If Cletus McFarland wins any NASCAR race...
Oh, that is going to fucking explode.
That's going to be insane.
That would be
You saw his interview in Daytona, right?
Oh, 100 Pro, yeah.
Oh, my God.
My biggest fear is that I hope he doesn't get ARCA braked. I think he could have a chance to pull something. He's been on the sim. I've seen him on the sim. Can Cletus actually get it done? We're going to make a clip, Cletus, if you're watching this. We're pulling for you this weekend. So, Chad, make sure to make a clip. Cletus, we are pulling for you this weekend. And if you win, you have to reply to the Flag to Flag podcast. We'd love to have you on.
Doubt that's going to happen.
If he wins, he's going to be on the podcast. As long as he is good with it. I think he'd be good with it. Either way, Chad, I think that wraps up today's episode. So if you haven't already and you've listened to the end of this podcast, we're so sorry, but we thank you very much. No, I'm kidding. So I'm not kidding about being thankful, but thank you for tuning in to episode 37 of the Flag to Flag podcast. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and to rate us on Spotify as well as Apple Podcast. And also follow us on socials. We're going to put a lot of fun content, obviously, there. We had a couple off weeks, but we are back this week. As always, make sure to follow us at Flag to Flag Podcast everywhere except for Instagram at Flag to Flag _podcast. And make sure, as Chad always says, go to a local short track and bring a friend. So
if you're going to Talladega this week, come by the NASCAR Youth Series track and come say hey.
And come say hello to Chad Baca. He'll be out there. Are you flagging? Or are you?
I will be announcing. Will be my main priority. However, if I need to jump in and do anything else, that's my job as well.
So you'll hear Chad's lovely voice over the intercom at Talladega Super Speedway. Well, I guess the fan interaction zone, technically, outside that part. Either way, you'll hear Chad's voice. Either way, episode 37 is wrapped up. We will see you next week as we are going to talk about Daytona or Talladega, talk about Miami, and talk about Barber, our predictions, and everything we recap for the next week. Peace out.